Went in today with the NVIDIA Quadro K4000. This is a 2012 video card with 768 shaders. It's got 3 GB of VRAM GDDR5 running with 811 MHz on the core clock, 1404 MHz on the memory clock, 192 bits bus width, and today we're gonna pair it up with this Intel Core 2 Duo E8600 with 2 cores and 2 threads. The best thing we can do for this system is just jump in a couple of games and see how it holds. Let's go. Let's jump into World of Tanks and see how it's working with medium details on 1080p. I want to see if I can load up the video card and the CPU at the same time. I got 60% load on the GPU with 45 degrees on the GPU. So the GPU doesn't have any problems. I'm playing with 30 FPS here. It feels like a console experience, but hopefully I can adjust it in such a way that I can play much better. 40 FPS is not okay in this case, and I need more. So the CPU itself, yes, this is the question today in playing with a Core 2 Duo. Yeah, but the thing is, this is a 3.3 gigahertz. Not gonna lie, this is an interesting performance this CPU is offering, but I think I have to do some custom settings. I got 100% load on the first core and 70% on the second core. Not bad, you know, considering what details I have. Medium details is too much for this. I have to go low details or minimal in order to get more FPS. But in 30 FPS is not okay, seriously. Okay, so it's lagging because of the CPU. One core is maxed out. I'm very surprised on the temperature, 53 degrees, seriously. I think if I remember correctly, I had like 70% render scale. Let's try 70% render scale and see if we can actually put some FPS. 50 FPS now. Still don't have playable FPS. In sniping mode, not even close. So 50% load on the GPU with sniping mode. Let's try one more time and see how it's running with low details. Low details apparently is disabling some effects, and I got like 60 FPS. If I can make that run better with the CPU, is totally fine. I want to find the right settings. I want to find the right attitude this video card and the CPU can offer me. I want to find the right performance this CPU can push. Seriously, I don't know, maybe the resolution is too much. Let's try a little lower. I'm curious. All right, let's see. With 70 FPS, I put it on 1366. That is okay. There is a lot of things that I need to learn about the CPU. I never played too much with Windows 10 and Core 2 Duo. It's going to be something that I will do a lot in the future, and I need to learn every door, you know, resolution, quality, which one is helping, because in some situation you're gonna see that yeah, it's not working really nice. I'm not judging, seriously. This Core 2 Duo, it's a very interesting performance, but I know that the video card can actually do the job. So I think in this situation I would be better off if I were in medium details with this resolution. Maybe the resolution doesn't help the CPU. 80% load on the CPU is good. I got 5.4 gig of system RAM utilized here. This is an interesting performance from the computer. 160 watts. This is good because it's levitating on my spectrum. I want computers under 200 watts. That's it. If I can get 200 watts from a computer, that will be the most majestic thing ever. I was lucky when I found the CPU very cheap, and I wanted to benefit from it because I wanted to show you how this computer is developing. This is what I wanted for a very long time, to find a computer that I can test a lot of CPUs, LGA775 CPUs, and I think this is going to be like the top of LGA775 Core 2 Duos. Let's jump into GTA 5 and see how it's holding with this video card and the CPU. I'm actually curious how the CPU is performing, but at the same time I'm just 100%. Both of the cores 100%. Temperature is good, 58 degrees, considering what I have in this situation. On the video card side, I got 1 gig of VRAM allocated and 667 process. Very interesting performance from the video card side. 5.7 gig of system RAM utilized. It's okay. The only thing I want to see is the CPU, you know, how it's performing here. I got 30 FPS, and this is the only thing that matters. 1366 on the resolution. All right, let's go to the settings and see how it's going. 1366. I got FXA off because I don't know why I have it off. Let's put it on because the GPU is not fully loaded. I got 20-40% load on the GPU side, and I understand I can put more details here, but I just wanted to do basic stuff so I can understand what's going on here, you know, because I got 100% load on the CPU, so everything is on normal, and on the advanced graphics I got nothing here. So yeah, let's see what we got here. FXA doesn't influence the performance too much. If you're driving to the streets, maybe you'll get with more utilization on the VRAM. Yeah, 1.1 allocation and nearly 700 megabytes of process. A lot of stutter. This CPU is very hard on this, seriously. So this type of games are not okay. I think I have to look for more games that can work really nice. Apparently World of Tanks almost did perfectly on minimal there with this CPU. So that was the only one that I managed to see working until now. So one is working, one is not working. GTA 5 apparently it's not okay with this. So don't recommend this game with this CPU, because wait, I had to wait 5 minutes or so I can enter the game, and after we entered the game it showed me artifacts like this. The texture didn't load it. Very hard on the CPU this game, seriously. Look at it, 100%. How many benchmarks do you watch and see the CPU with 100%? I'm just asking, seriously. Wow, look at that, texture is going. This texture, this missing texture is because of the CPU. I learned my lesson. I know how the CPU is working. Look at that. Ooh. And yeah, it's very troubling to see this amount of stuttering and yeah, struggle from the CPU. All right, let's jump in another game, because GTA 5, well, it's starting the game, but it's very hard on it. I've been dreaming for a very long time to see a dual core CPU or a single core CPU in this game, seriously. Now I have the opportunity. I have a dual core CPU now in this situation with a quadro GPU, and it's doing a fantastic job. Let me show you the settings. There is here enhanced full dynamic light, DirectX 10. If I put that, MS Afterburner doesn't work, so I have to go with the second best one, that is this, maximum details and 1080p. Let's see what we got here. 40 FPS on this occasion. Well, I remember testing better video cards and still having the same performance, and now I realize it's on the CPU side. So with the CPU, with the dual core CPU, I got 40 FPS with maximum details on 1080p. I think that if I lower the resolution, it's going to be totally different, but I want to see how it's performing here and how it's loading up the VRAM, the CPU and stuff like that. This is the first time I'm here with this CPU. It's like, for me, it's an achievement, because I wanted for a very long time to put my LGA CPUs in this machine, and I wanted to test them. And I have the opportunity because I have everything ready now. The operating system is working. I got hundreds of grams of thermal paste, so I can swap all kinds of CPUs based on temperature that I have here with this CPU, with this dual core CPU. I will say it's good, because from now, because this is the best Core 2 Duo CPU that I managed to find on the list, you know. I have a couple of them that are less performant than this one. Imagine a dual core CPU, or imagine having a Celeron or a Pentium or something like that doesn't consume like this one. It doesn't have the same performance. I think it's gonna be okay with my low-end thermal paste, but regardless, I like it. I like this idea of having old CPUs in this machine and testing them, because this is what I wanted for a very long time. You can actually see I got 4.2 gig of system RAM utilized here, 2.8 on the frequency on the memory of this GPU, because it's apparently it's working even in this situation. 700 megabytes allocated, nearly to 800 megabytes, and 500 process. So overall performance from this video card with this computer, it's kind of good. You know, the CPU is doing the job, the GPU is doing the job, but let's try out the resolution. I've seen in World of Tanks, I've seen in GTA 5, I've seen now in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Lowering the resolution helps with the CPU. 600 megabytes of VRAM, 400 process, this is good, 49 degrees, and 70% load on this occasion. 62% fan power on the video card, and it sits under 50 degrees. Not bad, seriously, not a bad performance from this. Good temperature on this occasion with this video card, not gonna lie. 49, it's actually an adequate performance from this video card. I mean, I'm on maximum details. The game looks spectacular. Performance from the video card is good. Thermals are good. System is doing okay. 72% load on this occasion. I like this performance this CPU is offering here. So games like this needs to be put on a CPU like this. I think this is the only battle royale that works with this Core 2 Duo CPU. I'm not joking, seriously. I got 720p with smooth presets, and I got 100% load on the CPU. I'm very surprised that I have a Core 2 Duo CPU and it's working. Not gonna lie, this is not okay, you know, because I have a lot of stutter, I got a lot of problems, I got all kinds of doggo performance. Look at this. This GPU barely got 50% load on the core. I got 1.1 gig of VRAM allocated and 700 800 process. So in this case, I will say it's almost there because it does the job. The most important thing here is to see how much it's performing. It's averaging really nice. I got 58 FPS on minimal and 23 on 1%. That's not a good performance from this video card. I mean, I know the video card itself doesn't influence too much. I got only 150 watts consumption from the whole computer. It's offering this opportunity for the CPU to actually work. I got like 30-40% load on the GPU, but yeah, you can see that the GPU itself it's not fully stressed. I mean, it's not fully stressed, but yeah, it's allowing the CPU to work with 100%. An old GPU like this, it's actually doing the job here. An CPU like this, apparently with 100%. What the heck is going on? Seriously, I'm actually surprised it's working this. So yes, do I like the performance? I really appreciate how this CPU is working here. Even though it's on maximum load, you can actually see there is a possibility to actually play the games. Not a lot of problems here in this case. From the system side, I got 6.1, nearly to 6.2 gig of system RAM utilized. I think the most important thing here is to take that the CPU, it's only with 2 cores, and I will say it's doing a fantastic job. This is gonna be a very interesting test because I got the CPU on maximum. Shocking, seriously. The CPU on maximum. I didn't know, seriously, this is gonna be 100% loaded. All right, so all jokes aside, this CPU apparently can cook some FPS. I got 100 FPS here with performance mode. On the settings side, I got 1080p, but it's window mode, so it's taking 720p from for MS Afterburner. I got anti-aliasing on. Legacy GPU is not on. Whenever you're putting legacy GPU, it says you need to restart, but it's on, already on. And this is window mode, and it's 720p. With 720p, I got everything on low without anything off. It says good on the draw distance, but that's the only thing that you have here. The game, it's on performance mode, low details, everything without any V-Syncs. I'm trying my best to actually show the menu because it feels very unnatural. Yeah, show me the menu. No, I show you the menu, you know, and every single time. But I said it's on 1080p with performance mode. Why you don't trust me that I said 1080p with performance mode? No, it's just very interesting to see it. Regardless, I like it. I like this idea that is offering here. In the garage here, it's more FPS than in the menu. So let's jump into the game. Let's do a reset here on the FPS. I got 1 gig of VRAM allocated and 600 megabytes of VRAM process. The GPU is managing to reach 70% load. Now on the CPU side, you see I got all constant, always 100%. It will be something very horrible if I got less than that. But in this situation, you can see that yeah, I'm getting my video card utilized here. 5.0 dip. It helps the CPU a lot, you know. It's on maximum load the CPU, but on the system side, I got 5.5 gig of system RAM utilized. That is good. This is helping the CPU and the GPU in this case. Very impressive, seriously. But now I got 190 watts consumption. This is a good performance. So the game itself is doing great. This is a good performance from this, and I really appreciate it, you know. All jokes aside with this Intel Core 2 Duo, but you can actually see that I can do stuff with it, you know. Oh, that stutter was not okay. That was not very healthy, you know. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take this type of performance, what I get with this. Come on, get there. I'll take it. Brute force hacking, shooting, and they're doing damage. Oh no, I'm dead. Alright, so in the battle with everybody there, I got 7 FPS on 1% and 43 on minimal. Damn, this is what I want. I actually forgot to show you, but I got 1080p with my ultra details in Fallout Vegas. Regardless, in the menu is very easy. It's got a simple preset. You just press ultra 1080p and that's it. I got this idea that it's gonna work on 1080p, and it does because it's utilizing the video card with 40%. I got 600 megabytes of VRAM allocated and 300 process. But here is the kicker why this game is this is made for this. You know, this Core 2 Duo with Vegas. Look at this, 50%. This is the only game that it doesn't work with 100%. And it's so snappy, so fluent, and I love it. Seriously, I think that if you want to use an older CPU like this, you have to put old games like this, and it's gonna be fantastic. It's working really nice, and I love it. All right, so I got 50% load on 1080p with maximum load. Yeah, so the GPU is doing the job, the CPU is doing the job. I got 60% load in this occasion. Can actually see it looks okay, you know, the details, the performance, everything is good. The moment I put the gun out, you can actually see some stutter here. Look at it. Why is it stuttering? I'm actually surprised. Why is it stuttering? I got like 41 FPS on minimal and 26 on 1%. I don't like it. Maybe when you're going to the wasteland, when you're stepping outside this area, maybe it didn't like the gun. Seriously, look at the stutter. Now it's 20. All right, very interesting. I'm learning stuff here with this combination, and I don't understand what the heck is going on. I come into this house, I got 50 FPS. Why I got 50 FPS here? It doesn't have nothing, you know, objects and stuff like that. Only a couple of walls and you're lagging. Doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I'll take it, you know. I think configuring this with lower resolution is going to be more advantageous for me, because it's reducing that, maybe that stutter, you know, and it will be much better. So like I did all day, 720p, it's fine, you know, and it's going to be much better for the CPU and the GPU. But all in all, I can say this game with this CPU and this GPU is spot on. There's no discussion. Vegas and games like this needs to be on this type of hardware. It's very hard actually to find games and stuff that works online with a CPU like this. And plus, at the end of the year, the Windows 10 done. But regardless, we're gonna see what the future is holding for this. I love this idea this CPU and this GPU is offering here. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take this opportunity, and I'll say it's working. I got 720p here with low details. I have no definition, I have nothing. It's just bare bones 720p. Why is it important to see this? Is because the CPU is on 100%. You know, remember, I keep playing with other video cards and trying to come into this game and keep calling it Grand Theft Auto, you know? But I got like 40 FPS in this case. And it's kind of weird to see it with Core 2 Duo, because this is the type of hardware that I will put in this situation, you know? This game needs to be on a CPU like this. What an interesting performance from this. So with load settings, I got almost playable performance. 400 megabytes of VRAM allocated and 100 process. Good performance from the GPU, there is no discussion, 40 degrees and 5.7 gig of system RAM. So the CPU and the GPU in this situation is working together very good, you know, but the GPU doesn't have any problems because it's on low details. Yes, I understand I can put more details in the situation, but if I put more details, there is a high chance that other stuff are going to stutter, you know. It's increasing the chance on the stutter to come on the situation. So my problem here is to reduce it. So going on low details is more advantageous for me. Yeah, I understand I can put gigs of VRAM utilization on this video card, but it doesn't help me in this case. Grand Theft Auto with this CPU is very interesting, even though it's on maximum utilization. I got 56 degrees on the CPU, it's doing okay. In this situation, I got almost 6 gig of system RAM utilized. This is great, considering the first time I tried this computer, it was with what, 5 gig of system RAM, and I had so much stutter. I remember trying to play Farlight, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is going on? And I had only problems. Now it's much better because I have system RAM, CPU. It's very interesting with 3.3 on the frequency in this case, but it's 100% load on the CPU and it's holding pretty well. I got 150 watts consumption from this. I know how to set up the game in such a way that I can benefit from this whole hardware. I think reducing the resolution a little lower, maybe using VSync and putting some details, because apparently this video card can put a little more load, you know. And if I put a little, let's say, some anti-aliasing, some details, it's gonna be much better for the whole experience, you know. So GTA stutter with this, it's not bad, seriously. Like in Vegas, I got 1080p with maximum details. This is ultra, and I got 50 FPS. I mean, it's utilizing the video card in this situation. You can actually see the quality, it's spot on with this. Man, look at it. Look at it. I like what this video card is offering here. So I got nearly 90% load on this occasion with this video card. 1 gig of VRAM allocated and an 800 processed. It's doing a fantastic job, even the video card in this situation. In some cases I got like 60 FPS, you can see 41 on minimal and 56 on average. 1% is 28 FPS. This is good. This is a nice performance from this whole computer. I have a lot of options in this situation, so I think 1366 or 720p will be my good choice here, because I want to get nice FPS. I want to distress the CPU and the GPU in this case. But I'm very grateful that I managed to put them. Look, this is the first time I'm seeing the video card and the CPU on 99%, 96-97% load on the video card and 99% load on the CPU. But it's running with 1080p with ultra details in this situation, and there is no discussion. This is an awesome configuration. I managed to achieve some online games, some single player games with high resolution. I'm saying this so many times because it feels like an achievement, you know, to have this LGA775 in the PC and run it with a couple of games. I want to test more CPUs. I have more CPUs. I have now the opportunity to test more CPUs, and I'm going to test more, and I hope you will going to enjoy it. This is one game that I wanted to see how it's performing with this video card and the CPU. I remember last time I was playing this game, I had a quad-core CPU, and I was like, man, this CPU is overkill for this game. But if I put a nice video card and the CPU, I'm gonna see, I wanna see how it's performing. Seriously, I'm actually surprised that it's doing this performance. So in this case, with the CPU, I got 51 FPS. I think this is the limit on this occasion. I don't know why is the limit, maybe because of the video card and some force VSync here. I got only 50% load on the GPU. This is actually surprised that is using half of the video card's core performance. I got 58% load on the CPU. Both of the cores are equally loaded. I like that. And 4.5 gig of system RAM utilized. Now in this case, with this CPU, with this GPU, I got nice performance, and this is the most important thing. The game looks nice, 1080p maximum details. This is what I need, you know, this CPU running older games, really nice. This is a valid reason why you can still use an Intel Core 2 Duo, seriously, for games like this. This is great, this is fantastic. I think this type of computer, it's very easy to find. I think if you go online, I think you will find them next to nothing. This is a 60 watts CPU, and it's very interesting to see it how it's performing today. Paired up with the decent video card, paired up with a 8 gig of system RAM, managed to see there was a couple of games that I managed to play online, and that was a very good thing. There's a lot of games that I can put on this, but today I just wanted to show you for start how it's performing with this LGA 775 platform, and I'm trying to get used to it, you know. I'm trying to get used to changing the CPUs, and it will be very interesting in the future to see how they are performing. I like this CPU. I appreciate having it, and I think in the future it will be fantastic to test more. I need more CPU in this machine, and I want to test other CPU because apparently they are cheap. They are everywhere, and sometimes you can buy with a couple of dollars or pounds, you know, kilograms of them. What do you want to do with them? You want to learn how to extract gold from them? Good luck, you know. I skip chemistry, but for me, I will take that CPU, put it in a computer like this, and have some fun with it. So yes, I like this. I want to test more CPU, and yeah, I suggest it. Seriously, I suggest restoring an old machine like this. If you have any suggestion for this CPU, for this machine, or for the video card, leave a comment, smash that like button, and I will see you very soon.